What's up, family? This is your host, Jeff, with the Jeff Talks podcast. This is my YouTube channel. If you're seeing this on Facebook, awesome. So today, I kind of wanted to switch it up from walking around on my little hike or my walk to doing a quick little vid right here in my car before I do a nice little evening walk. So I had to actually get some notes before I did today's little talk. But I want to talk about thinking styles. I want to talk about certain ways that we could unconsciously be literally problem solving or ideas, and specifically in today's video, I wanted to talk about an all or nothing thinking. An all or nothing thinking, unconscious habit, or just in general, an all or nothing thinking cognitive experience. So with that, it is sometimes called black and white thinking. If I'm not perfect, I have failed. I can definitely relate to that. And either I do it right or not at all. So I wanted to talk about a couple of those. Sometimes called black or white thinking. I literally remember while I was drinking and drugging and doing my thing, I remember certain people, specifically my mother, saying, "Jeff, that's so black and white." And I think I was sitting there watching TV and a commercial may have come on and it was controversial and whatever. I'm not sure the specific details, but I definitely remember my mom pointing out that's pretty black or white. It's not always like that. Every situation isn't so extreme. So I can totally relate to that. And now being able to just be aware of that life is so complex and so complicated, especially with like relationships and work and careers and different, a friendship, or in your family, or so many different scenarios and so many different dynamics that we all have to really kind of just do it and practice it to get better. So for me, understanding that, first of all, a black and white thinking, a way of thinking, is literally an unhelpful thinking style. According to my little paper, these are examples of cognitive distortions. So I actually stole this little piece of information from one of my coworkers. Thank you, Mr. Jeff Marco. Shout out for sure. He looked this up for a group at work, and I was like, dude, that's really, really valuable. I'm going to do some talks about it. So the next one is, if I'm not perfect, I failed. And oh my gosh, first off, how imperfect is life? Every year, let's say, for example, just the way that a plant grows, right? So seed is planted in the soil, watered, sun, and then eventually it sprouts. And then from it, sorry, there's people walking by my car and I'm really distracted. I apologize. Gosh, just keeping it real. But yeah, if this video isn't perfect, I haven't failed, y'all. But gosh, in the past, if I didn't have everything just like check, perfect, right? I used to work for a painting company. The boss man was super, like, just anal. But it needed to be perfect because the client was paying us a ton of money. He worked for, it was a really, really high-end faux finishing painting company. So I thrived in those types of environments, right? Because I was super just, everything has to be perfect. As life goes on, I realize that that's not really serving me. That mindset is actually keeping me in a very rigid, non-growing mindset. So I wasn't learning new things. I was just sticking to the things that, like, I did well. Even in a career, like, I just stick to construction. I was a drill operator and da-da-da-da. I'll stick to that. I know that. I'm good at it. I'll stick to that. The money's good, whatever. But I noticed, right, this was when my drinking and the drugs all really started to amplify, when relationships were really, really stressed, to say it lightly. I wasn't growing. I had such a rigid, like, everything has to be perfect mindset. But in reality, on the inside, my spiritual and emotional needs were not being met. I didn't have that childlike curiosity. I didn't want to learn anything new, which then, having this mindset that, excuse me, that I know it all, I might as well not be living. So understanding that now gives me such a relief. And I think that's probably my favorite one, is I don't have to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. That if I'm focusing too much on, like, every little thing being perfect, it's going to stunt my spiritual, emotional, and even physical growth. I wouldn't start hiking. I wouldn't sign up for, like, a long distance triathlon race. You know, I wouldn't understand that, like, hey, when my body gets sore, when my IT band starts screaming at me, that's okay. It's part of the process. Sorry, somebody else was walking by. It's part of the process. And listen to your body. Rest, relax, heal, stretch, strengthen certain muscles. It's okay to suck at walking. It's okay to suck at being an ultra marathon runner. That's actually super, super normal. So being able to understand that at a much deeper level, God, it helped me so much. Helped me so much. And it kept me young because I'm trying new things, and it didn't keep me in that isolated mindset that I wouldn't even do anything that I wasn't good at or I thought that I couldn't thrive at. So yeah, when you're a child, you fall down, get back up. It doesn't need to be perfect. You know, when the child starts walking, it's not perfect, but he's stoked that he's walking, right? He's, oh my God, you know, mommy, daddy, whoever he's walking towards, or coffee table, whatever. He's just stoked that he stood up and that he took a couple steps and he has a big old smile. So he's not Usain Bolt or anything, not yet. But anyways, so the last one is either I do it right or not at all. I definitely can still relate to this because if I do something, I want to be the best at it. And that's completely unrealistic. And it's a thought process that definitely holds me back. Doesn't need to be right. Doesn't need to be wrong. It doesn't need to be anything. I just need to do it. Try it out. If it works, if I enjoy it, cool. If I enjoy the process of going through something painful because I know that I'm going to grow on the other end, that's awesome. But it doesn't always need to be right. And for me, I tie that into my ego. You know, whenever I feel that I'm right, it's so easy for me to just tell somebody else that they're wrong. So understanding that as well has really, really helped me in my relationships and how I communicate. So I think that's it for today's video. I'm going to go enjoy my walk. I'm going to do a little short one. If y'all would like to dive deeper, I am coaching now. I am a functional breathing coach. Super sick. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, if you would like to do mental health coaching, substance abuse coaching, I am here. I am super excited. And that's it. But you can go to jeffgonzel.com, check it out. That's it, family. Love ya. Bye.